in the surf had detrimental effects on the marine. He's helped out of date to get the Ark hardware restored. There's just...
So, what we have here is an opportunity to help your next.
Why?
If you want to go...
But you know you can...
Gizmo will always make time for... Understand. That dawn's a bit easier on the eyes. Let's see. This corner of the world is called Bricktown. Treasure the coming day. The world doesn't have so many anymore. That there's Subnautica Station. Goop flounders around in there. Let's see.
Yangu. Aji tawa. Joy. Aji motalanti. Lamdi osnina.
Gulpo ain't the easiest tongue, but I think he says he's happy to see a friendly face. Not too many of those around these days. Says it's good to see you again. He's Goop. You might remember him from the old days when he tried to teach you how to swim.
Yangu. Aji motalanti.
Goop says you were always so righteous as a child, and he can still feel it, even at a distance.
Bishni okitik.
Goop says memories fade surprisingly fast. We are all pieces of what we remember. It's only together we can remember the story as it was.
Adivi. Yangu.
He knows he's easy to remember. There's no one out there as cuckoo as him. He's one of a kind.
Nusa. Adivi.
Goop says our memory keeps things for us and protects them until we are ready to face them again.
Nusa.
He understands you've returned to face Lupa Lupin. That's the destiny you've been carrying within yourself all these years. He says that the catastrophe back then didn't vanquish the good in you. It's still there, as bright as when you were a child. Now the time has come for you to remember and act. Your life is your life, not the story you're told about it. He thinks that's the right thing to do. It's only when you have forgiven that you'll find peace.
Light instantly banishes dark.
How much light do you really need?
All the light, all of it!
I mean, you could leave a little space for the dark.
All the light.
Says life on the goo is wide open. You have so many choices of where to go. Some harder than others, of course. Which kind? Hit the open surf, then. The trouble is you can only rely on yourself, at least until you reach a new shore and make new friends. Can hardly believe the world is going to make it. Wonders what that's going to do to the goo. Thanks you for doing everything you could to de-goop the surf. Thinks the Myriad made a good match with you. You're both like sunshine on the surf. Never seen any brighter. Shine on. But hey, back to the goo. Knows yesterday is already gone. It's what you do today and tomorrow that'll move you forward. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the Subnautica station as the pollution has worn down the insulation of his suit, so you must salvage enough scrap to fix up his goo glide, starting with the old wreck box outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the goo glide strong enough to fight the Porky Puff. Out of Date told him the undersurf was the epicenter of the contamination. This was where it struck hardest and inflicted the biggest change to the ecosystem. There are tough times ahead, no matter where you go. A balancing act. cut that one in half. Just a few moves left. Make them count. The day is wasting. Time to get to it. Oxanol's offshore drilling caused oily matter to spread with the rain, and you need to line up the switches so they match. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Heroes inspire in a way nothing else can.
Mukam. Sairuya. Young wingy.
He's got the goo glide functional. There's debris floating around on the surf that might be blocking your path or needs to be towed. That means you'll need a device so you can get it out of your way. Goop says Gizmo's devised a cannon for the goo glide, but instead of bullets, it flips quacks, squeaky distractions for the triple attentive porky puff, which will give you time to get yourself in position. The best way to find quacks is to talk to Gulp. He has the bearings of the surf archipelago and knows where the quacks like to float. This means you'll have the privilege of visiting Gulp in the Sinky Dink. He'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find quacks. He only knows what's visible to the naked eye. Gulp is not much of a babbler and mostly keeps to himself and his drink. Lots of notices on the board for things that made sense in the days when the surf was a lot cleaner. Interesting to see what... In the old days, this was a port for boat. They made a... You should... Welcome to the surf archipelago, where the horizon rests on the surfy goo. Ah, the freedom of the open surf. You're poking around Pokbur, a prime village. Slice and dice. Flash the slash. Deadly.
National One, Lumuna, La Safale,
Isn't...
Inua, Opalolo, Leafs and Tabbiger.
As if the plague ruined...
Itayano, Walla, Biway, Moo, Larry, one.
Let's see. Not everything here is friendly. Wouldn't want to be behind that. That's some good e-waste there. Halfway there. It's a rare sight. Treasure it. Wildlife here is teetering on the brink of extinction. We all are. The meat eater again. Nothing seems to satiate his hunger. The gnat is done for unless you intervene. You can make so many amazing things out of wood scrap. Those are the kind of things you need. No time to graze, let's go. Glad to see some wood scrap there. Hey, there's some e-waste. Dismounted. You need to believe how serious this is if you want to have any effect on it. This is Hobbydunk, a homey little village. Gone too soon. Don't get caught in a riptide. This is Hobbydunk, a homey little village. Nice. Some bark wood scrap for you. Sometimes you've got to paddle on your own. Whoa, that's some scronky metal scrap there. It's an undersurfer, all alone without anyone in it. Yet. Might not need that now, but you will later. Wonder what's all the way out there at the edge of the surf.
one Lifahan, Nipasa, Inua, Opalolo.
Is always willing to listen. You did.
Weasney, Soro come to you.
This here is the Sinky Dink, home of Gulp, at the very least.
Yeah.
The tribes need someone to unite them. Let's see. He's pretty sure he's heard of you before, although the details are maybe a little hazy. He wonders if you have something for him to drink. Guesses he does, but it's a long life in a wild world. Sometimes he's shaken, not stirred. Says you look like you've got a powerful thirst to do something in this world. Good, bad, not really sure, but it seems like you've been drinking in your destiny and liking the flavor. Wonders if you could take the time to help a man slake his own thirst. You'd be doing him a liquid solid. You're a do-gooder, so you know you want to. Either way, he hopes you find a way to wet your whistle before the world comes to an awful dry end and leaves us all thirsting for more. Says life's like a mystery drink. Sometimes it's amazing, and sometimes it's awful. But either way, you can't stop drinking till you're dead. Sure, that's the point. But you can't stop trying new ones, or life gets dull. Wants to raise a glass to you getting the world fixed up a bit. Respects how you always try to help, no matter that the world's fate is hard to swallow. Sees why you joined up with the Myriad. They like a peaceful drink, just like you. Something calm and soothing for your belly. But who cares about them? Says you'd be as bummed out as him if you came for the hot stuff. The Glugmocker, Nimhimbibble, and his favourite radium syrup. That one's even more intoxicating now, aged in truck tankers and all. Without a drink, and radium syrup especially, he can't move, much less think, as the power of his mind is directly proportioned to the quantity of syrup he swigs. That's why he's called Gulp. The drink helps him forget the state the world is in, but it only lasts. It makes most dumber, but that's his special burden to bear. He wants you to know he has other interests too. He's the Surfipelago's self-proclaimed ornithologist, for example. There are other ways than a cold drink to relieve stress, even in these dark times, and, fortunately for you, he can help. Watching Pippi's flap is calming, but better yet are the ones you can look at and touch, like quacks. Squeezing them is a great way to relax. They're better at floating than flapping, so you should be able to net a few without growing yourself a pair of wings.